Hi, this is Dr. Gold. Over the course of the semester, there will be instances where you need to access information on various financial news websites. So I'm going to do a couple of different videos themed around sort of taking you on a tour of a couple of these sites and how best to use them. Some of you may already be familiar with these websites, but I just thought it would be useful for me to show you some specific things that will help you with the Stock Market Challenge project. Excuse me. The first site we're going to visit in the first video is the Yahoo Finance site. You can see that up here. And to access that, you simply just type in finance.yahoo.com. When you get to this site, you'll notice a couple of things at the top. It says S&P 500, Dow, and NASDAQ. I mean, these are the three broadest and most commonly referred to stock market indices. The S&P 500 is important because it's considered to be the benchmark index for investors to use in measuring their performance. And you'll be doing the same thing with the Stock Market Challenge. So each week you'll be tracking how much money you've made or lost in your fictitious portfolio, and then you'll measure that performance against the S&P 500 for that week. So for example, if in week 1 your portfolio is up 10%, which would be amazing by the way, and the S&P 500 was up 5%, well, you've outperformed the S&P 500 or the market overall. If in week 2 the S&P 500 is down 3% and your portfolio is down 7%, well, you've underperformed the S&P 500 because your portfolio declined in value more than the S&P 500. The reason that that's important is in the world of finance, when investors look at who to give their money to invest on their behalf, they typically try to find those money managers who consistently outperform the S&P 500. Where this gets tricky, and you'll read a little bit about this in the textbook, is within the field of finance, there are really two schools of thought on this. One school of thought argues that if you have all of the tools of finance and understand how to use them and apply them, and are willing to put in the time and effort into researching companies, you can identify companies that are undervalued and outperform the performance of the market overall. The other school of thought is the efficient market hypothesis school, and this argues that nobody can consistently outperform the stock market, and anybody who does is just lucky in that particular instance. When you track the stock market over time, you'll find, and I think you'll find this to be the case over the course of the semester, that your performance will essentially mirror that of the S&P 500. Where it gets interesting is over time, if you're able to learn some things from this course and then some additional courses or work you do independently on your own, it'll be interesting for you to see if you're able to outperform the stock market. On this website as well is a whole bunch of news resources. You'll see as you scroll down tons of different financial news there that you can read about each day. And then underneath the major market indices are some commodity prices. So here you see crude oil is at $55.88. It's down today. Gold prices down today. Today, by the way, is December 15th, 2014. And here's the dollar versus the euro. Don't worry if you don't understand what these numbers really represent at this point. I'm just sort of showing you what's on this page. As you click into this field here where it says quote lookup, this allows you to get very specific information about specific companies that you're interested in researching further. So for example, you don't need to know the stock symbol or ticker symbol of any of these companies. If you just start typing in the name of a company, it will find the ticker symbol for you. So I'm just going to type in Starbucks. And as I type in Starbucks, you notice underneath over here, it finds Starbucks Corporation with the ticker symbol SBUX. So if you just click on that, it takes you to a website that will give you more detailed information about Starbucks. So I'm going to end the first video there just by saying that we'll pick up the ball with Starbucks Corporation and go into some detail on what this page has to offer us. But just suffice to say that the Yahoo Finance website has an enormous amount of information for free, and the more you use it, the more comfortable you'll get with it, but it's a really valuable resource that you'll need to